They continued in such a manner for some time, the sun traveling through the sky, helping to let them know how much of the day had passed. Even with the bracelets that would let them know the time, Ayaka just found it convenient to check out the sun. Probably better to get used to a world with little to no technology, in case something were to happen to our bracelets. Ayaka thought to herself as she looked down at the mysterious object created by Star and Moon. While being lost in her thoughts, Ayaka continued following Mizuki. Movement pulled her out of her thoughts, and Ayaka looked up to see Mizuki holding up her hand with 2 fingers raised. Lowering the hand of the cart, Ayaka held a weapon in both hands. Just because Mizuki would be handling the horned rabbits didn't mean that it would be a good idea for her to not be alert. Letting Mizuki head over to the monsters, she instead just looked around after stepping outside the cart handle. With the cart not moving, it was easier to hear her surroundings. Just like the previous times, there were no horned rabbits. It wasn't often for there to be a second grouping, though it did happen a few times. The problem was not to assume that there would be only one group, unless she enjoyed getting drilled by a monster. After confirming that the area was relatively secure, Ayaka just laid her weapon on her shoulder and leaned against the cart while watching Mizuki. She watched as the monster sprang out of the grass before being sliced by Mizuki's katana. Ayaka watched the movements of Mizuki, though the weapon they used were different. She tried to anticipate how Mizuki would move while attacking the monsters and responding to the creatures. Having missed the timing, Mizuki had to dodge a monster, like Ayaka had to do before. I guess she's not too far ahead of me, Ayaka thought to herself. There seemed to be only a slight difference in how they moved. Mizuki was slightly more graceful, making it look like she had practiced for a while. I should ask if there's someplace I could practice, Ayaka thought, reminding herself that she'd need to ask the robot. When it was night, it would be too risky to venture out to hunt monsters, meaning that aside from eating and sleeping, there wasn't much that could be done. She could watch other adventurers streaming, but Ayaka didn't think it was too productive. While eating or socializing with the others were okay to have a stream on, but just watching a stream to keep her occupied seemed like a waste of time. Once the last monster was killed, Mizuki turned around to look at where Ayaka was at. "I'm ready!" Mizuki yelled over at Ayaka. Waving a hand, Ayaka answered, "I'll be over there." Going back into the handle area, Ayaka reached down and lifted it up, and began pushing the cart towards where Mizuki was standing. Mizuki wiped the sweat from her forehead. "That was a good workout. I missed the timing on one of those things, attacking me." She shook her head, a little frustrated. "I saw," Ayaka said. "I'm sure you'll get used to it soon. Your movements are a lot better than mine." Sheathing her weapon, Mizuki blushed. She turned away, using the act of picking up the monsters as a way to hide her beet red face. With both rabbits in each of her hands, she went over and tossed the rabbits into the cart. "You want to switch?" Mizuki asked. Nodding, Ayaka said, "Sure. I can't let you get too far ahead of me in being able to kill these things." She stepped over the handle and moved to the front where she'd be leading them. Rolling her eyes, Mizuki stepped into the handle area. Giggling at her friend's reaction, Ayaka held a weapon in both hands, getting back into an alert mindset. It wasn't long before she could hear the cart's wheels turning again as Mizuki followed. "I can't believe that it's been several hours already," Ayaka thought to herself as she looked out for monsters and any signs of their group members.